Times are a-changing. Things that we once thought impossible are becoming reality. Technology is moving forward at an alarming pace, and Skynet is imminent. And we, at the Free Play Podcast, welcome our new robot overlords. For real though, the video game scene is constantly changing. Carts to discs, discs to download, and now downloads to streaming. Enter Google Stadia, a brand new gaming platform from the tech giants responsible for just about everything that you consume on the internet. Is it possible for us to have a seamless, high-end gaming experience across almost any gaming device? That's what we want to talk about this week on the Free Play Podcast.
Welcome to the Free Play Podcast.
You are listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network.
What's up, nerds? My name is Bubba Stallcup, and I'm the Chief Community Nerd here at Love Thy Nerd, and you are listening to the Free Play Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. And joined with me, as always, is my boy, our Chief Outreach Nerd, Matt Warmbier.
Oh, they call me Creaky Bones now.
Yo, Creaky Bones, Matt Warmbier.
Yeah, I'm getting a little older. I'll be 37 in a month, so.
Hey.
Oh, hey, what was the name? What was that name that Aaron was saying that you guys get called? Your last name?
Warmbier?
Wambier.
Yeah, that's a French. She would.
So wait,
Hey,
we're
Matt
10
Wambier.
years. Wait, 10 years apart, almost 9 years apart.
How's that
Well,
make
if you were
feel?
born in 99,
It makes me feel good,
then
but
carry the two.
we're gonna have a birthday weekend. You and I.
No.
We're gonna celebrate.
From across the country. Yeah.
It's
doubt it.
Yeah, well, Easter kind of gets in the way.
Yeah. Well, it's a
And
day.
that other person over there trying to get in on Matt Warmbier's birthday
No.
is our chief social media nerd, Kate Katawaki.
Hello.
Old Creaky Bones, creaky kneecap.
Oh, creaky kneecaps.
Oh, poppy knees.
Poppy knees. Slippery kneecaps.
Knobby
weird.
knees, Kate. There we go. Yeah, if you guys missed our previous episodes, Kate is just not very good at sitting. She needs to level her sitting skill. And I don't know if that means sitting on different couches or sitting on the same couch.
The chiropractor said it's normal, so.
It is
Normal
not
for
normal.
whom?
He said all ages that are older.
I've never heard of it before.
Babies,
wow.
Benjamin Button.
I don't know how to
Pappy.
respond to that.
Yeah. I don't think that it is normal because I've not yet sat down and, knock on wood, hopefully this doesn't happen to me. When I've sat, my knee hasn't just popped out of place. So
Yet.
Well, maybe you're doing it
that's
wrong.
why I knocked on the wood.
Right, that's right. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Like like knocking knees, Katawaki over here. I knocked on the wood. Okay, but let's move it along. Let's not just get stuck here. Guys, we have got a raffle going on. Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about our Dice Throne raffle?
Hey, we got a raffle going on.
I just said that.
Oh,
Here,
hey,
I can say
so
it. I have it all pulled up right here on my phone.
would you
I'll
please
say
actually?
the
All
thing
right,
I
so-
said, and then you say new stuff.
Yeah, you just
Hey,
repeat what he
Kate,
said.
go ahead.
All right, so for this Dice Throne awesome bundle raffle, we have a Dice Throne Season 1 Champion Edition signed.
Whoop, whoop.
Dice Throne Season 2 Legendary Battle Chest signed.
Woody woo.
A minimalist Dice Throne playmat ×2. So that means there's two of them.
Woo woo.
Seasons 1 and 2 randomizer deck. Seasons 1 and 2 promo cards. And a Dice Throne Con Season 2 swag bag.
And not mentioned there,
Well,
it also contains my fingerprints because I picked them up.
okay.
That's true.
So if you
You
want
wanted
Matt's
to-
fingerprints, you can buy them for raffle tickets of
$10
$10. No purchase limit.
I saved
How do
some
you like
air inside the box when we had him sign it too.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
I put
definitely
my
a
ear in
lot
the
of
box.
our breath on the inside of that box for sure.
Yeah, so
Who knows? Maybe Matt and I signed it somewhere. I don't know. You'll have to
I-
open up every single leaflet and box and try and find it.
I hope
Did we?
not. So you can buy those
Maybe it's in
tickets at lovethynerd.com// whatever one it is
All the
store.
slashes, both do the both slashes.
Just
if you
try
want to.
all the slashes. Is that no? That's a / Sorry, I couldn't. When I said
Slashy slash, yeah.
lovethynerd.com/ just don't say which one it is store.
Yep, that's what you do.
Raffle ends April 1st. That's no joke,
no
friends.
fooling.
So we're going to pull the winner on the 2nd, so you know we're not fooling. All right? So buy those tickets.
Fooling.
Kate, it is just an honor to watch you work. It really is. You guys tag team that so well that I'm not even going to add anything to that.
No,
We're just
we
gonna
said
move.
all the info. What do you need to add to
You
it?
did. Yeah, no, you 100% said all of the info. Make sure that you guys go there and buy the tickets.
You weren't going to add any more, you said. Let me
Yeah,
do it.
why are you
Make
saying-
sure
we already
you
said
just
it.
go there and buy
I'm
the
just
tickets.
bolstering. I'm pleading with our listener base here to go and please buy.
That's not what you said when
purchase.
Matt
I think the
repeated what you said.
airbox. I think the airbox probably sold them, Bubba. Say no more.
You had me at fingerprints. So, yeah. Hey, moving the show right along. Hey, we want to know what we've been playing.
We do need to know that.
we have a
Really
segment
need
here
to
where we
know.
just talk about what we have been playing, because maybe you guys have been playing games that we don't know about, and maybe Matt's been playing a game that I don't know about. We want to start the conversation, or at the very least keep a previous conversation going that you may have been having with your friends, and maybe we can settle some scores. Maybe we really appreciate a game that your friend thinks is stupid, and we can back you up and tell you that it's great.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm not making any promises. This is solid maybe on that. But Kate, why don't you tell us what you have been playing? Or I guess I should say what you've been beating.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to let everybody know that I beat Mario Rabbids. Thank you.
How was it? You beat that
That's
level?
what I was
Did you
waiting
cheat?
for.
Did you cheat?
What? No. I mean, I used the extra health option every single time.
There it is.
I just want to have a nice time. What's so bad about that?
I didn't say for a nice time, play this game.
Whatever. It was really great. It was a good
so
$20.
proud of you.
Somebody, pause. Somebody, please, one of our art friends, somebody, please make a fan art of that.
Of
for
what?
a good time, play Mario Rabbids. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm thinking. I want to see it in fan art. You may continue.
And if you
Okay.
don't know, just ask Bubba.
Yeah, you can message me and I'll tell you.
So
Oh, boy,
I'm
so you
really thrilled that I beat this game. $20. Had a lot of fun.
Worth it,
You
I'd
feel like
say.
you got your $20 out of it?
Huh?
You feel like you got your $20 out of it?
Definitely. And I had so much more fun than Captain Toad Treasure Tracker in this game.
Hold your tongue.
Hey,
So I'm just going to put it out there and say that. And then I really need to play Hypnospace Outlaw. I bought it. It's on my computer. I haven't started
you need
it
to,
yet.
Absolutely. I want you to
I know.
stream that.
I want
Yeah,
you to stream
right.
that too.
Please, just
Me
for us
clicking
to.
around
We
trying to figure
promise
it out
not
what's
to-
happening.
We promise
Kate,
not to
I will
share.
watch every second of that.
Actually, it's on my
Every second.
computer, so maybe I could stream it.
Yeah, would you?
What's this whole conversation been about? Absolutely, you
No,
can stream.
well, you guys always say stream stuff, and I'm playing it on my PlayStation.
We
I don't
always
understand
mean
how
it.
that's possible.
You press the share button. You just press the button. That's all you do.
That's how we know that Matt is a dirty, rotten horse murderer.
I don't have
Is
it.
because
just-
of that share button.
No,
I
but then
wanna
you
make
don't
sure-
hear you talking on those videos that you post.
No, not in those ones.
can.
But I'm pretty sure you can just stream. Like, we can do a watch party and we can watch you.
Oh, yeah, we could do a watch party for sure. Anyway, Kate, we'll figure it
Whatever.
out. You're going to play Hypnospace, and it's
Yeah.
going to be great.
Okay,
I can't
I
wait.
will
I mean,
actually
I'm
be
gonna have
open
to.
to that, but you have to do all the technical work for me because I can't figure it out.
That's fine.
I'm 100%.
All right, so make it
Matt's
happen.
good.
I'll
Matt's
save.
proficient.
I'll save
Well,
Hypnospace
you don't
for
let me finish. I'm 100% on getting Bubba to do it.
Okay. There we go.
That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, so with my success at Rabbids, I haven't actually played all that much else. I've been doing a lot of exercising my jacked up knee because the chiropractor gave me all these exercises to do, and I was like,
Why?
you know what?
Your-
I feel pretty
Your
good.
normal knee.
Don't call it names.
No, it was whatever.
Is it normal or is it jacked up? We need to pick a side here. The people deserve.
Somehow it got jacked up.
Okay.
But it's still normal that it's this
normal.
way. So
Always
I've been doing these little exercises that he told me to do. My knee is stronger again, and I'm like, you know what? I feel good. I'm gonna do some more exercises. I'm gonna start working out. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna do Wii Fit in real life.
Yeah, We Fit trainer, Kate.
Yeah. So I try to do these
Wii.
easy stretch things like yoga, whatever things on this Nike training club app.
Like room temperature yoga or like hot yoga?
It was at my house. It was just room temperature.
Lukewarm yoga.
Lukewarm.
Yoga, gotcha. Yeah,
so I'm like, wow, this is going to be great. I'm going to be so fit. I'm going to do all these stretches. It's going to be great. So I was doing this stretch and like my lower back was like really pulling and like, you know, kind of hurting. I'm like, that's great. This stretch is really working. And then at the end, this robotic voice is like, make sure you weren't stretching your lower back. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Was it Craig?
It was Craig from Discord. And
that Discord.
It just really upset me, so I just shut the app down. It's like, why would you not say key information like that at the beginning?
Don't let it be the boss of you, Kate. If you want to stretch improperly, don't let Skynet tell you how to do it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Target and I bought some little, I don't know, workout things, like a stretchy thing
Like
with handles
outfits?
on it.
Oh,
I bought a jump
Rubber
rope.
bands?
I love that you don't know any of the names of these things.
I don't
stretch
know.
Thing. Rubber
It has
band
the
ball.
handles. It has the handles on it and a stretchy thing, and you like pull it up.
I just
and, like,
imagine you coming back from Target with like a Stretch Armstrong, and like that is your
It's got the
extra
handles.
resistance workout.
And I had these little weights, these little like 3-pound weights, and I
Steven?
told
Whoa.
no, I told my chiropractor
Why
about
don't
it
you
today.
chill?
Like, hey, I'm gonna start like working out or something, like exercising. And he's like, yeah, you really need to do that, like, because you're dropping the ball right now. I'm like, oh, okay. And he asked me what I bought, and I said the same things. And he asked me how long I went jump roping, and I said about
And you said
15 seconds. And he was like, that's really bad.
new PB right there.
I didn't know it was so hard. And then he made me reenact how I was jumping, and he said it was wrong. So
Did he never ask you, show me how you were sitting?
he did.
He didn't think about
He
that?
did have me reenact that too, and I showed him, and he said it, as I've said before multiple times, that it's common. So,
Okay.
but I just want to let everybody know that I'm trying to exercise. I did a little exercise today. I feel like a new person.
Just stream it.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Twitch has lifestyle streams now.
Yeah, you can watch me doing really terrible push-ups and like.
I would freaking
Set up a
you would get
Patreon,
my
yep.
subscription.
Me
You would get my
wheezing.
free Amazon Prime subscription.
Well, the whole wheezing while I was jump roping, and my dog was getting in between me and my jump rope because she thought I was hurting myself.
You
Anyways,
were.
Matt, what have you been playing?
Oh gosh,
Can you top that?
maybe.
We
I feel
fit
like,
in
you
real
know,
life.
I'm getting towards the end of Red Dead here. And,
Oh, I thought you were going to
Just
say.
stop saying that.
I honestly thought you were going to say the end of your life, and I was like, "What are you talking
I'm
about?"
almost 37. I'm like, I've worked through chapter 6. It was a lot longer than I expected, which is great.
Okay, you've said
And
that.
I have one main mission left. It looks like
Looks like.
before until more come, I guess. So I've had Bob Merrily for a good while, and I had to do this mission on the other side of the map, which I'm kind of getting annoyed with having to travel so far. I'm like, just keep me in the same area. I'm so tired of this. And so I start like trekking back across the map because the thing's freaking huge. And this guy's like, hey, it's been a while. You beat me last time. Let's do it again. And I was like, all right, well, as long as it gets me in the right direction, it's motivation to go faster. So I pull my map up, and it wants me to take this kind of long way to get to this certain point we're trying to reach. And I was like, there's a freaking shortcut. Like, I'm going to get there, and I'm going to beat this guy. No problem. So
No prob.
I follow the shortcut. I get there. I waited for him for 10 seconds before I showed up. Like, I destroyed him.
Yeah.
And he moseys on up, and he's really angry. And I'm hoping he gives me some money, or like, at least like an attaboy or something like that. And so I bring my horse up near him, and I dismount because he dismounts. He's yelling at his horse, and he pulls his gun out, and he shoots his horse
Oh my gosh!
in the head. But not only does he shoot his horse in the head, the bullet goes through his horse's head into my horse's head and kills my horse too. They weren't even like, the angle was ridiculous. There's no way.
It was just
There's
all wrong.
no way that was happening. Like, my mouth dropped. I thought maybe my horse got scared and just fell over. And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to help him up. I'm going to revive him or something. And like, I like walk up to my horse. I'm like, okay, there's no revive option. I turn and I like look at the guy, and the guy's like, uh-oh. And he starts walking off. And I turn back to my horse. I'm like, there's no way he is dead. There is no way he is dead. And
He's just sleeping.
Yeah, he's just
I
sleeping.
swear I thought he like just fell over from being scared from the bullet. Like it was so close. Like it was close, but
Maybe he was scared to
the
death.
heads were not lined up like that. There's no way. And he was dead. And I was like, well, now what do I do? Like, do I carry my saddle all the way back? Like, there are no horses around. Like, what am I going to do? So I gunned the guy down because, like, you can't just let that go. And
You can't
I,
do
like,
that. Gotta shut it down.
So I gunned him down. Then the freaking law is right there. And you know what they do? They kill me right there. So, like, not only, like, I wake up, I'm horseless. So I come to him like, oh, just so happens there's a wild horse right here by me.
Oh, a wild
Like,
horse.
oh, this is awesome. So like
Harry Trotter.
I sneak up and I lasso the horse and I notice it's not fighting me. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. It didn't like fight. It didn't fuss. Like I just got up on its back. You know what horse it is? Tennessee Walker.
Horpins.
Tennessee Walker.
I thought it was Horpins back
No, I
from the
wish it was.
dead.
No, it's Tennessee Walker. And he's like, ha ha, be back to me again, huh? I'm following you.
I thought we had found a glitch that if you kill enough horses,
No.
your favorite one will come back.
No.
The game will reward you.
My least favorite one I always sell instantly. So I took the horse back over to my now dead horse, took the saddle off him, put it on Tennessee Walker, took him right to the glue factory, sold him, and bought myself another horse.
Again.
I bought myself another horse, named him Glue, because it's only a matter of time.
why not? Yeah.
Only a matter of time.
I love that you've just given into it now.
I don't want him to die. This horse is really good, too. Spent a lot of money on this one.
Oh, that's what they all say.
So-
You should have just named him Elmer.
Elmer.
Oh, that's
you-
actually probably a better name.
You
Yeah.
don't want him to know what his fate is.
Gluey Glue.
I-
Elmer's a better name.
On the real, though, I think that you should make a compilation of the crazy horse murdering things that have happened in your game and tweet them to Rockstar.
Okay. I haven't saved all of them because I feel like a couple of them were just, he just got shot and died. I don't even remember what happened to Horpins anymore. It's been so long. He hasn't left my heart, but I think I've like,
You at least have the one where it tripped over a rock and face planted and broke its neck.
Yeah.
that one.
that was really awesome. How about the one where I brushed the guy's shoulder and like a huge gang fight breaks out and he shoots my horse? Was
That's
that
a good
Horpins?
one.
Yeah.
It might have been.
I think
It might
so.
have been.
This is just all, it's just
But
sad.
I do think that those are all tweetable. Like,
Okay.
send them to Rockstar, even if they're just independent, separate clips.
Okay.
Send them to. They need to know.
All right.
The world needs to know.
Well,
Yeah.
Horpins is still my favorite, followed by Dude. And after Dude's probably Bob Marley.
Quick question. What color was Horpins again?
Horpins
Describe
was like
him.
a brownish color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Well,
Hey, I maybe have like a Wolverine, like where I don't remember bad things that happened to me, but I don't forget the people or the horses in this case.
yeah. You haven't experienced the trauma
Forgot it.
that Wolverine
We don't
has.
all heal as fast
You
as
lost
you.
digital horses, so you're gonna be fine. Hey, what else have you been playing besides How to Kill Horses in Red Dead?
I have been playing Welcome to. It's Welcome to Your Perfect Home. It's like it's not a roll and write. It's like a flipping card and write. Flip a card
You're
and
doing
write.
great. Yeah.
What is it? Riffle and write. I don't know.
Oh my god.
And so that's been great. I just really like how calm that game is. Like you don't have to think too much. It's fun. Kate, you'd like it.
You would.
I'll look it up.
You're just making a neighborhood. That's what you're doing. You're flipping cards. You're choosing one of the three options, and you're writing numbers down.
I like it.
Yeah, it's easy and it's like surprisingly fun. So I'm looking. I want to play that some more. I just got it a couple days ago. I also have been playing a lot of Villainous, and if you were able to catch Beard Bros or our Saturday stream or Game Off or Saturday night Game Off, whatever you want to call it.
We're
Working
workshopping a title. Yeah.
So if you have a title for that, let us know. Aaron and I played that, and I won. Woo woo. And it's
Congrats.
I feel like that's the first game I had played of it, like that actually lasted a long time, and
You were so smug.
well, you gotta win, you know.
I mean, like,
Aaron beats me a lot in games. Kind of like how Anna beats you all the time. Aaron beats me all the time.
how dare you?
And so when
But
you
she
finally
does,
win,
yeah.
you're feeling good, and then you're like, "Did you cheat?" And you're like, "Probably not, but maybe."
Maybe. Could have happened.
Yeah.
Could have slipped in. There's no way of knowing.
So
Solid Office reference. Solid. Yeah.
So this Friday, Bub and I will be talking about blank game, and then Saturday, Aaron and I will be playing blank game.
Blank game. Insert game title.
Well, I think that Aaron and I will probably play Fog of Love on Saturday and be.
Will you have it in?
Yeah, I'm getting it Wednesday.
Because we've already done Fog of Love, but right. I've had an idea that maybe we should go back and do some of our previous Beard Bros episodes over again. So
missed opportunities.
I'm thinking that, or I will like in the description for Saturday night thing, like link that Beard Bros episode. So if you want to go back and watch a review on it, you can.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think because we want to move to this format. This is a short Beard Bros plug for us. We want to move to this format where we do one game, and Matt and I both play it and we talk about it. So that we're not so scattered about said game. And we started that with Root. I hadn't had a chance to play it yet, but it had just came in. But I knew enough about it that we could start to talk about it. So, and then obviously last week we did Villainous, which I'd played extensively and Matt had been playing quite a bit of. And so we want to keep doing that. And let us know. We're just curious if you watch Beard Bros, is that a better format for you? Do you better appreciate a deep dive into a single game and then Matt and Aaron play it on stream and we give a copy away? Or would you much rather us talk about more games? We're kind of trying some stuff out. Yeah.
And if you're a game developer and you want to send us some games and for us to play,
we will do it.
Yeah,
we'll play your game and we'll give away a copy of your game if you give us a copy to do that with. So we want to put everything out there and let you guys know that we're very approachable. If you watch Beard Bros, you can see that it's just Matt and I, not Kate.
Oh,
we're very approachable.
That makes more sense.
And we want to encourage people to get into this hobby, because we do truly believe that wonderful and like lifelong friendships and bonds can be made over playing games, whether they be video games or board games or donkey games or whatever.
Donkey ball.
Like
the
donkey
donkeys.
piñata.
The donkeys had a revolt this weekend when I was there, and it was really scary.
Well, did they flip a table? That's what I want to know.
No, but they were all running like a stampede, and anyways.
Well, what donkeys stampede? Hold on, pause. Do they do that?
All animals stampede.
Do you want me to say the story or just like move on?
Well, we're here. You might as well tell the story.
So I was there, and my friend's mom told me to get the small horses out. There's like a pair of mini horses, a brother and a sister, and she's like, put the halter on the sister and walk her around. Their names are Bonnie and Clyde will follow her wherever she goes because they're like, they freak out if they're not together. I'm like, okay. So I pull her, get all the stuff on. I get her out of the pen, open the pen up. He does not follow. He just goes the other way. And I'm like, okay, this is great.
Classic Clyde.
Classic Clyde. And he also has a bad attitude in general with life. Like, he's like... So what the horses didn't know is that on the other side of the property, all the donkeys had gotten let out. So all the donkeys came running over to the other side of the property where we were, and the horse flipped out and was trying to bite them and kick them in the head. And then the horse that I had, it was on a lead, was just like trying to run. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my kneecap's going to come out from a horse.
It sounds like Red Dead.
So I gave it to my friend, and I'm like, we need to shut this down. And then I just walked away. That's the story.
The exact same thing I said before Horpins died.
Probably. There was just too much going on, and it's like, we need to calm down here and just take a breath.
Donkeys.
But this horse flipped out. Yeah.
I want you to know, Matt, that when I watched your video for Red Dead, and as you were telling me what was happening in real life as it was happening in the game, I told Anna, I was like, I know when we're watching this video, I'm like, Matt is freaking out. Like, I can hear you freaking out at the screen, and I hope Erin was in the room. Was she in the room?
She was in the room.
Perfect. Yes.
It took a little. Yes. I was in so much shock that I didn't say anything for a little bit because I just could not believe that had just happened, and I had to go back and watch the video. So.
Oh man,
anyways.
we'll have that in the description. Don't worry about it. We've got you covered.
Puppy, what have you been playing?
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah,
I play a lot of stuff.
Excited, yeah.
I've got this Bubba Plays Game a Day hashtag that I do in the Instas and also in the Twitterverse. So go and follow me on both of those. Would love it if you did. so you can kind of keep track of what I'm playing and maybe suggest some new games for me. But outside of that, we talked about last week maybe the idea of me not playing board games all the time and kind of stepping outside of that. So I've been using Hypnospace Outlaw as a test run for that. I'm not logging it under my Bubba Plays a Game a Day, but I'm trying it out to see if that'll work. And I've played almost 9 hours of Hypnospace, and that doesn't sound like a lot because in gaming terms it's just not. To play 9 hours of game is almost nothing. But I love this game. That's why, Kate, I can say with great enthusiasm that you should play it and you will like it, and I would love to watch you stream that game.
You just want to watch me click around and be like, "What's this? How do I do it?"
I want to watch you be so frustrated that you can't figure something out. That's what I want, because I have felt that in this game.
Me?
Well, there's not enough time to explain that, but I think that you would enjoy it, because it is. I talked about last week. It's very crime solving. You know, you're having to search and do puzzles and yada yada yada. Well, there comes a time in the game where you actually kind of get to, quote unquote, the end of the internet, and then you reboot, and they're like, hey, by the way, here's all of the stuff that you didn't do. And it shows you like in blocks, like, hey, all of these things that you can't click, those are websites that you didn't visit. Those are pages that you did not visit inside of Hypnospace. And so the completionist in you, if it exists, will go into overdrive at that moment. And that's kind of where I am right now. I actually saw all of that, and I was like, I need to step away from this game for a second, because there is so much left to do. I mentioned to April Lynn, I was like, it feels like I've done nothing. Like, you get to that point and you look at that and go, oh, okay, I've done absolutely nothing in this game.
This has all been a waste.
Yeah. What am I doing with my life? But I like it. It's really fun. For me, it's cathartic. It's not like super intense where I'm having to button mash all the time and learn combos and do all that stuff. Like, I can go at my own pace, and the game is not going to progress further than where I am. It's working at my pace. I'm not working at its pace, and I like that. I like it a lot. So, been playing a lot of Hypnospace. We played Pocket Pharma last night again. I talked about Pocket Pharma a couple episodes ago, maybe 6 or 7 episodes ago. It was one of these games that I backed on Kickstarter, and it came in, and I was like, I don't remember what this game was about. But you are using cards to do like set collecting, and then you can cure diseases, and it's point based and stuff like that.
I like it.
We have a doctor friend who wants to come over and play doctor games, and I told her, I said, hey, we don't have to play doctor games every time you come over. We have other games. And she said, no, I want to play doctor games. So we can scratch that itch for sure.
Great.
And then also Wingspan. I'm going to keep talking about this game. Matt and I ordered copies of Wingspan to give away. We did the air freight shipping that Jamie Stagmeyer was offering so that we can get him here by the first week in April-ish, something like that.
Sooner than later.
Yeah. Sooner than the ground shipping. We did the whole thing. We did it for the express purpose of giving them away.
Yeah.
So, you wonderful listeners, we haven't really talked about how we're going to do it yet.
I figured we'd probably do one for Saturday night and then probably do one for this.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll raffle it. I don't know.
We'll
see.
We'll discuss it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out. But the major thing here is that we want to put Wingspan in your hands. And what we want to do is we want to undercut the market that is marking this game up to like $250
so crazy.
On Amazon or eBay or whatever. Because, guys, that's stupid. Like, it's a great game, but there's nothing about this game that is $250 worth to play. Nothing. No. It is a great game. It's fantastic. I love it. It's a $60 game.
Yes,
that's where it needs to be. So we're going to undercut that, and we're going to do our part to kind of get ahead of the scalping. And like, if you're doing that, I'm not throwing a lot of shade on you, but I will say that there are people out there that would really love to play this game, and it shouldn't cost them $250 to play it. So what Love Thy Nerd's going to do is try and put 2 copies in 2 different people's hands to have the game to share and play with everybody, because it is a good enough game that I think everybody should play it. Play it once. If you don't like it, that's fine. Pass it on, do whatever. But I think everybody should have the opportunity to play this particular game.
Yep.
Because it's just so great.
More details to come.
More details to come.
We'll think about it and then figure it out and
details.
then do about it.
Yeah.
More details.
Yeah, more DuckTales for sure.
Cattails.
Hey, have you played Cattails again,
No.
Kate? Disgrace.
Woo-woo.
I've been too busy with rabbits and my knee.
Yeah, well, you're done now. You're done. You were done now.
Well, those are the games that we've been playing. Some, not all, because we play more games than that. But we don't want to clog this up, and we want to get to a big thing. So we have a main topic here today that is Google Stadia, and we have Google Stevia. And we have a community member and also a fellowship member who is giving to us on a monthly basis, and that's what we call our fellowship there. The people that do that invest financially in what Love Thy Nerd is and what it does. And if you do that, then you have the opportunity to ask a question on Humans of Gaming, one of our other podcasts. And you also have an opportunity, not all the time, but sometimes, to be here on Free Play with us. And so Ryan Amy said that he wanted to talk about Stadia and he had things to say. So we sat down with him. We already did this, but we sat down with him and recorded this conversation about what he felt Google Stadia was going to be. We talked about it, gave our opinions, some highs, some lows, some I don't knows. But we talked about Google Stadia, and if you want to be a part of conversations that we have right here on the Free Play podcast, or even on Humans of Gaming, or possibly even the Pull List, we want to encourage you to go to lovethynerd.com/donate, and you can give as little as $1 a month, all the way up to $150,000 million a month. If that's what the Lord is leading you to do, please, by all means, just follow that call. Listen to that still small voice. But guys, ministry costs money, and we literally couldn't do it without you. So thank you if you are a part of our fellowship, and also those of you that may become part of our fellowship after this. Once again, that is lovethynerd.com/donate.
//
Forward, back,
Are you sure
mid
it's the forward
slash,
slash?
slash dash, just normal slash. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're on the internet at all, you know which way the slashes go. Today with us, we have Ryan Amy. Ryan, say hey.
Hello, guys.
Amy? I said it right, correct?
You said it right.
Good job.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Boom. Nailed it. I've been calling him Ryan Amy behind his back for
and he knew it the whole time, too.
dozens of years,
Yep.
probably.
And I've heard so many other ones that it doesn't really matter.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I feel that.
So Ryan said, hey, I want to be on the podcast. Let me talk about Google Stadia. And so we said, cool, let's do it. So we've got you here. Ryan, why don't you tell us, what was it about Google Stadia that even interested you at all, that caught your attention?
Well, I think it's mostly just because it looks like it's kind of setting up the next generation for video games of what's coming in the future with Microsoft and Xbox trying to set up their cloud streaming service themselves, and then Google stepping in and doing what looks to be a similar, if not the same thing, but without the box. And it's exciting, also a little terrifying, and just seeing the future of games and how different it is from when I was a kid, or even just a few years ago, when we still were getting discs and everything.
Yeah, we say that like we're not doing that right now.
Yeah.
I still want discs.
Me too. Me too.
Bless up.
Yeah, but so what's happening is let's get all the conspiracy stuff out of the way. What's happening is that we are losing our ability to actually own games.
Yes.
And
I don't like
really,
it.
well, if you've bought anything digitally ever, you don't own that game. You are borrowing the rights to play it so long as it's on a server somewhere on the internet. So I buy my games digitally as much as possible, and it's a convenience factor for me because I don't want to have to get my lazy fat butt up off the couch and go and change discs.
Oh my gosh.
You have kids, man. Kids do that stuff.
Hey, Peter Pan's got kids.
I know
okay?
Peter Pan's got kids.
But I mean, like, for real though, like, I have thought about, like, what if I just put my Xbox or my PlayStation or whatever, my gaming console on a desk, like, right next to my couch? Like, can I do that? I'll just run extra cable.
Do whatever you want.
They make long
yeah.
HDMI cables, like.
I know. And I have legitimately thought about this because I just absolutely hate getting up and changing discs.
How often are you changing discs?
Yeah, that's my question.
Not so
That
much
it's
anymore.
causing strain on your body to do so.
I feel like I will, like, before I sit down, I will change the disc, and then I sit down. And
that's how you have to do it, unless you're standing by your console.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
guys
I
know
don't usually
you
sit down.
got to be careful about sitting down on the couch.
That's true.
You're right. You're right.
I know that when I need a disc for a game and I have to I'm like, oh no, I've got to get up and change a disc.
Honestly, like, no joke, I've been browsing around on the Xbox. And I'm like, oh, I want to play this game. And I click it and it says insert disc. And I think, maybe I don't want to play that game. Maybe I'll play
burn it.
something else. Yeah.
Just send me all your discs, okay?
I don't have very many of them.
I'll take them all.
She has two.
I mean,
I'll take the
like,
lot.
I've legitimately bought a bunch of external hard drives, and that's what I do. Whenever Xbox and PlayStation both announced that you could plug in external hard drives, that made my heart happy because now I can just go and play whatever game I want to right there when I want to.
Yep.
It doesn't happen very often. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I just can't anymore with this game, but it's the lazy part of my gamer heart that loves the idea to just be able to play a game without getting off my butt.
So you're saying Stadia is what you're all about it then?
I do enjoy the idea of Stadia. I'm a little wary about the execution. And so let's roll
dig
back
into
a little bit.
it a little more.
Let's roll back a little
Yes.
bit, right? So Stadia is this platform where Google is going to allow you to literally hop in and out of game, cross-platform, cross-device, however you want to access, as long as you can get to a Google-based browsing whatever, you can play a game on Stadia.
Yep.
You can play it through Google Chrome. They showed somebody like clicking a button on a YouTube video and boom,
Yeah.
it jumped right into Odyssey. That excites me. That excites me.
Well, they totally used Assassin's Creed Odyssey as like the whole example for this entire thing, and I'm like, I don't like this. What
you
you're
should
saying,
love it.
I thought
but
you'd love it.
Odyssey is here, so like it's like it feels like a bribe, honestly, to like it.
Did it work?
I don't. No, it did not work. I don't know. It just feels so wrong. Like, it's not gaming. Why do we feel the need to make things better that were fine before how they were? Like, when that whole thing came out, oh, we're working on the PS5. Why? Just leave it. And that's how I feel about this. Just stop.
Sorry.
So
Bigger and better.
your theory is if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Kate, that's why you're gonna make the perfect Meemaw someday.
Just like be satisfied with the PS4 for 2 seconds before you think about the next one.
We've been satisfied with it for what?
Almost
8
6
years?
Almost 6
Oh,
years.
Well,
whatever.
whatever.
Also,
Long
get
enough.
No,
off
that's,
my
that's a
lawn.
long time for a generation of video games.
That's
though.
a long console generation. You're
Yeah.
right, and you've got to understand, Kate Katawaki, if that is your real name,
It's not.
that
Catherine.
it's not. The console people, they have been satisfied with their consoles for a long time. Like, when we finally get them, they've been working on them for years. So-
Maybe this is the common enemy for everyone. Is this? I don't know.
It's going to be gaming Skynet. Is that what you're saying?
Like,
I can't freaking wait.
I, for one, welcome our overlords.
sorry, go.
I
Nope.
No, so I mean, you look at this stuff, right? And the ability to jump in and out of games, and they talked about like your saves being able to be ported over from cross-platform play, so long as the developer enables that.
Yeah.
So think about it, right? Like, Kate, you put all these hundreds of thousands of hours into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and now
No, it's Stardew.
Stardew's
No, I have more
Creed
hours.
Odyssey.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can jump on from a browser because it's going to port your save over to Chrome.
Why would
or
I play it in
Chromecast.
Chrome?
Because you can play it anywhere. Anywhere. You don't have to be You don't have to be sitting down at your TV to play it.
But
you can be on the go.
Isn't that why they made the Switch, though?
You're not wrong.
How many times have you played
Thank you.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey on your Switch?
It's not made for the Switch. I don't want to see it there.
Zero is
I
the
want to
answer.
see it
This is-
on the TV.
Now,
This is what I'm saying.
I have heard that in Japan they did stream some bigger games like Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed
they've got-
Odyssey, Resident Evil 7, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They don't have the infrastructure over here to do that yet, and it's probably going to be a while. Which is another like concern, is that the internet speeds might not be able to handle the requirements for what Google is trying to do.
That's my main concern.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I live in a place that has not very good internet and really not access to good internet. That's why I'm here right now and not doing this at my house.
Mhm.
You know, I have to record in a place where I do a podcast over the internet with 3 other people right now in this chat. I can't do that at my house. So if I'm trying to stream 4K, the latency is going to murder me. It's going to absolutely murder me. It's not going to be so bad. It's not going to be so bad on like single player games, right? But if I'm playing multiplayer at all, I'm done. Like I'm not playing Apex Legends. I'm not doing any like Doom multiplayer. They showed Doom Eternal as part of their stuff. Like I'm not from my house. I'm not doing that. I don't care what browser I'm on. It is just not going to matter.
Yeah, I will say I have Assassin's Creed Odyssey on my PS4 downloaded, obviously, and it was
Good.
chugging. It was chugging just on that. The other day, I got into a battle with a few guys, and all of a sudden, one guy was warping through the floor, and I couldn't see Cassandra.
It's like real life.
And that was it was just like, and that was with it downloaded. I wasn't streaming it or anything. So like, the game. It also depends on the software developers and whatever bugs they might have. And yeah, they said you won't have to download any patches anymore. It'll all be on their end, but you're still going to have software issues.
Well, I don't think Stadia is going to get around that because, I mean, Assassin's Creed, Kate, you know this. Assassin's
I
Creed
know
is
everything.
It is notorious for bugs.
No,
So
that is not true. It was one
How
game
dare you?
that was really, really bad. And ever since then, everyone is saying that. And it's
That
not
was
true.
Syndicate, right? Was that?
It was
Unity.
Unity.
Are you kidding me? Absolutely, it was Unity.
It was Unity.
I mean, an entire meme bed was created out of that
well,
game.
okay, whatever. It was just that one, is what I'm saying.
But I mean, even so, let's pretend like Matt, you're playing Red Dead Redemption 2.
I play that game, yeah.
And I mean, just think of how many horses you can murder
Oh my god!
from anywhere.
How dare you?
It's like you don't have to wait till you get home for Horpins or Bob Marley to kick the bucket. You can do it on the go.
Man, I can't even believe you would bring that up. I didn't kill that horse. I told you that.
No,
By
okay,
doing
calm down.
we all-
killed
we all
that
saw the video.
you killed that horse by omission. You did absolutely nothing. You stood
that was
there and you
not
watched
me.
it happen.
Just by,
Hey, I was going to say I was more concerned about this Google Assist button. I'm changing it back. We're not talking about my horses right now. This Google Assist button, I'm just thinking like when my kids play games, and honestly, I'm playing a game, like I don't want to accidentally press this button and then a YouTube video is going to pop up and start showing me like, no, like, whoops, sorry. I'm not sure I'm going to like that button.
I think you're gonna like it more. I say that like you're gonna get it. I don't know that you will. I don't know that you'll get it. That,
Like
that
the
you-
Stadia or like the Google Assist feature?
I don't know that you will have it. So here's the deal. Like even if you get Stadia, you don't have to use their controller.
yep.
Right.
Which, by the way, looks like a mashup of a PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch controller all morphed into one
Well, like you
with
said,
an extra button on it.
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
Well,
just leave it. Let me use what I want to use.
I want a GameCube
And
controller.
you can. You don't have to yell, Kate.
Yeah.
You can use your
So-
controller.
Well, she wasn't
sorry.
sure Google could hear her. So,
The
yeah,
cool
good
thing
job.
about the controller is that it's only required if you want to do through the Chromecast on your TV. It's required. If
Right.
you have a USB cord and you're playing on your PC, you can use any controller as long as it's connected, wired. If it's trying to do the Wi-Fi, then you can't do it. But
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be able to just jump from thing to thing, that's one of the features that Stadia has, is you
Yeah.
can take your controller and it just knows when you're moving from thing to thing. I'm not really sure how that works yet, and I don't think anybody really has a complete grasp on it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's the dark arts for sure.
It's crazy tech, that's for sure.
And
But,
here's
I mean-
oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, even if you did have it and you hit the button, I'm sure there's a cancel. Like, you hit whatever it's circle or B or whatever.
Doesn't look like it. It looks like there's.
I don't
Here's
like
the
it.
deal, though, Matt. Like, how many times have you been playing your Switch and somebody hits the stupid capture button
Always, and I do it on purpose.
or
on
the
other
home
people's.
button or whatever? Like, does that make you not want to play the Switch?
No, I'm just the way the first video made it sound like it was going to be a real person talking to you. Then I read some more stuff, and it's like irrelevant YouTube video. Like I didn't want it to be like what is it, OnStar?
Yeah,
And
It's
they're
gonna,
like,
it's gonna be,
Hey,
it's
I
gonna
see
be
you're having
Craig.
trouble.
Yeah,
I see you're having trouble in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. How can I help you?
is it Clippy? Yeah, it's Clippy.
Yeah.
If it's Clippy, I'm in. I'm 100% in.
No, that'll be on Project X Cloud.
Probably.
Here's why I think I'm so irritated with the whole thing is that these are the people whose brilliant idea it was to make Google Plus, who is like, this is going to be the next revolutionary social media network. And they made Google Plus.
And then they abandoned it.
And then
They- that's-
they
yeah.
shut it down. And I'm like, don't touch the gaming. Just leave it. You already wrecked
Well, here's
one
the-
thing.
Here's the deal. They're not going to ruin anything. Them making Google Plus didn't ruin social media.
No,
Kate,
but it was embarrassing.
No,
I
what
wasn't
are you
even in your
embarrassed
circle.
about?
He wouldn't even let me in your circle.
I did hear an interview, Jason Schreier from Kotaku. He interviewed Phil Harrison, the guy that's heading up Stadia, and he asked him. He said, what happens if Stadia doesn't take off, and you guys, are you going to stick with it because you have a history of not sticking with projects that you start? Google Plus,
Ooh,
Google
Google
Glass, Google. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that that they started, and he said we are going to stick with this for the long term, but and then Jason Schreier is very skeptical about the whole thing, and it gives me pause a little bit too, because it's a big thing, but it's going to be a long tail thing. Like, they can't just give up on it if after a few months not a lot of people have signed up for it or something like that.
Yeah, and they have big partners on board to where it's
Huge
like,
partners.
okay, like they have Unreal, they have Unity, they have Havoc, they have Jade Raymond, who used to head key player at Ubisoft and Electronic Arts, and she's like heading up this whole thing, and it's like, well,
That's probably why they showcased Assassin's Creed, because she
there it
already
is.
had the ends.
Yeah.
probably.
So they obviously got Ubisoft. They've got Bethesda with Doom Eternal. It's not like they're dealing with tiny fish. Like
Peasants.
Yeah, exactly. They've got the big players in the game. So
I'm not worried about this, and I'll tell you why. It's really one big thing, and it has nothing to do with them. Like, we didn't even talk about them bypassing the public internet, as they said.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah,
Dark webs.
that I'm not worried about. What I am worried not worried about, but the thing that excites me rather is the fact that they're getting all these people on board, yes, but it's the cross-platform play. Like, that's the big barrier. It's the whole discussion about, games by even smaller indies like Psyonix with Rocket League and stuff like that. Like, Sony doesn't want to play well with this, yada yada yada.
No,
They're saying now, hey, we're not worried about like the end, like console, like whoever, like you as a publisher, as a AAA or a AA or single A, whatever. It doesn't matter. If you want to enable cross-platform play, it will automatically work with Stadia. Like, that to me blows everything out of the water. It doesn't matter if you're playing on a Mac. It doesn't matter if you're playing on a Windows PC. It doesn't matter if you're playing on an Xbox or a PlayStation or a Nintendo Switch or whatever else comes out next. They're saying, hey, we are opening up to cross-platform play. And for me as a gamer, that makes me very excited. Very excited.
Well, I'm happy for you.
If it
you
is-
wouldn't understand because you're not a gamer.
I'm an old woman sitting trying to sit on the couch to play the Switch and have the knee go
Bust
out.
your kneecap.
can't.
Yeah.
That's what I am.
You get kneecapped by your
It is also if they can run Chrome. If it's anything on Chrome. So right now
Matt.
the the Switch can't run Chrome, so I don't think
I'm using Chrome.
maybe in the future it could run the Google Chrome browser or have some sort of app maybe that the Switch can
Well,
run on.
here's the deal. If I'm on my Switch, I don't want to play Stadia on my Switch.
Yeah.
I want to use my Switch to play with Matt, who may be playing on Stadia, or who whatever else.
Yeah.
So we could log
I
into
see what you're
RDR2 and just go kill some horses. Do whatever we got to do.
How dare you?
Yeah, that was over the line. You crossed the line big time.
I saw it. I knew exactly where the line was, and I charged for it.
He took the shot.
Well,
Kate,
that's the
here's
episode,
another.
guys.
Here's another. Oh, that was a good. Yeah, I took the shot. I like it. Hey, Kate. Here's something that you might like about Stadia. So they are doing state sharing. Okay, so like if you work so hard, you did 100,000 hours in Stardew, and you never got that gold clock.
It's true.
Somebody can share the gold clock state with you, and you can pick up from that point and play with it. The thing that you never ever would have been able to get on your own, as history has shown, you now can play with the golden clock and see what that's like.
But that's like giving me a trophy for something that I didn't even do,
very true.
and saying put it on display for everyone to look at, and they could clap for you that you got the golden clock, and I really didn't.
Hey, if you want to tote that thing around and pretend like you got it on your own, that's up to you. But it's really just to give you as the gamer the opportunity to experience something that you could not attain.
Okay, well, I kind of like that.
You don't have to tell anybody that you stole somebody else's save state, you know.
That's true.
They also mentioned with save states the ability for like communities to create, speed runs and stuff like that. Like, hey, from this point on with these items and everything, see how long it takes you to complete the level. See if you can beat my time, whatever. Like the community aspect of that and the content creator aspect of that, like I love that. I can see a show for LTN that's like, hey, this is the weekly blitz or whatever.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know,
okay?
see,
Just
I see it. I see it working.
The YouTube integration is very exciting. Like seeing at the end of that video where it says, we played this game, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was the example, and you can instantly click now and press play, and you can play right in that game without any they said, within 5 seconds without any loading.
That is so
that's
no
exciting,
way.
but at the same time they didn't show like, do you already own the game? Did you have to pay
not,
for it? They didn't.
Not on my internet. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, so that's another thing that they haven't even talked about is what is the pricing structure? What does the model look for this thing?
Is it gonna
My
be a
guess is that it's
subscription?
going to be Netflix.
You think so?
I think it's going to be Netflix. You pay, $35 a month or whatever. That's what all of these are.
I
You're
could
not
see
paying a la
that.
carte.
I bet it's
You already
$100.
have-
I bet it's $100 a month.
You are out of your
Wow,
mind.
I bet it is, because if you want to play all those freaking games that are
No.
60 doll hairs
You're out of
No
your
way.
mind.
and you play 2 a month,
Well, because with Xbox Game Pass, it's just $10 a month, and you get all
That's
of their
exactly
first
what I
party
was gonna
stuff. So
There's
it's gonna
no-
have to be comparable to that, especially with
Yeah.
their barrier of entry with price not being that high. Like if you get a Chromecast and you hook it up to your TV and you have good enough internet, you're going to be able to play Stadia. And a Chromecast is what, $30-$40, and then the controller's probably going to be $70, so a little over $100. And it's
Yeah, the
and it's
controller
almost
will
like
be
you
the
have
money.
it's almost like you have a console on your TV without getting the big box that costs $300 to $400.
Which, let's just be real, it's probably only a matter of time before they release an actual box
Yes.
that you can play.
Yeah.
So like you have the Shadow box and you have like the NVIDIA Shield and stuff like that.
How about the Ouya?
I don't even want to talk to you about the Ouya.
Oh yeah.
trigger, Bubba's
I
trigger.
backed that freaking thing on Kickstarter, and I have it. It's in my house.
Oh,
and so
no.
if you want to talk about what that controller really looks like, it looks like an Ouya controller, and I'm low key triggered about it just being the controller.
I'm sorry to set off that trigger.
No, it's fine. Like I believed in the Ouya. So like when these things come out, when I see new things happen in the gaming industry, like my heart gets happy and I get excited and I want it to do well.
Yeah.
I'm looking right now on my computer. I didn't back it, but I purchased Shadow. And for those of you guys who don't know what Shadow is,
I don't know what it is.
it's the ability, for the Kates that don't know what Shadow is, it's the ability to have a virtual computer, or it pretty much just like remotely accessing a computer that's on a mega server somewhere in California. So it's high-speed performance, it's top-of-the-line GPUs and CPUs and all sorts of stuff, high memory, everything. So if I wanted to, I could load into it and do, After Effects or, heavy 4K Premiere editing.
Did you say
or
that
whatever.
because I had trouble with After Effects and I asked you?
Hey, if
And
you're
it
feeling
wouldn't run.
convicted, that's not me. That's the Lord. But like I can do that. But here's the thing, and I've noticed this because it pretty much totes the same thing, right? Like, hey, you can do this high performance from remotely from wherever. I still, me personally, cannot do it well from my house because of the internet. And I'm going to keep coming back to this because I'm firsthand experiencing this.
Yeah.
Like I can set things to auto. Like if I wanted a bot that just played music forever on Discord, that's an expensive way to do that or whatever. Like, or if I wanted a render farm, this would be, a cheap way to do that. But I'm not going to be doing gaming on that because my entry to the internet is not wide enough for that.
Yeah. I'm lucky that I live in the Syracuse area, and when it's not a frozen snow tundra, we're actually pretty lucky to have really fast internet here. Like I have Verizon Fios, and it says 100 up, 100 down, but most of the time it's like 50, 55 up or down,
Sure.
and then 10 up. So I have fast internet. My big the big games that it takes for me to download take like an hour or two. Whereas I've heard of stories of people in Kansas and the middle of the country where it takes a week to 2 weeks to download something like Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh my god!
And then and then the updates on top of that.
Oh yeah, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
And like they're not going to let you play until you've done the updates. So now think for a second not having to do that. You still have the latency, yada, 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 but you never have to update. You never have to do anything. All of that is done server side on their own private intranet, which is really what it is.
Yeah.
It's not the internet, it's the intranet. They've created all the servers. They have all of the computing power and everything. Like they're doing everything. All you're doing is logging in and choosing from a library.
And you don't need a high-end PC to play on a PC or anything like that either.
Nope.
I mean, sounds okay. I just and the whole name like Stadia, I keep hearing it as Stevia ever since you said that earlier. Like Google Stevia, what are you talking about?
It's just so dang good.
Yeah.
Stevia?
Delicious. Yeah, it's delicious. And it's probably good for you. I don't know.
Is it?
I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
So the Google Stevia machine is going to do all this magic stuff. I just think it's really reaching. I mean, technically, what do I know, really? But a lot
That's
of
a
this
good
stuff
point.
is like all this grand vision. It's like, we know gamers want to do this and this, so let's invent something and then like do it. But not being able really to deliver is what I think is... I hope it doesn't happen, I hope all you guys get your dream and
Well, it's not even really,
happy.
it's not even my dream. I do think, like, even if it doesn't succeed, though, it'll succeed if it pushes the other guys that have been entrenched. Like, it's been just Xbox, Nintendo, and PlayStation.
And like it'll be one step for man.
Years. Yeah, and it's like maybe them breaking through will force them to create a cloud service where we don't need to buy the big boxes.
Well, I mean, this kind of thing, it was coming. I mean, OnLive had done this, years ago, when it felt like we were still on dial-up back then.
Yep.
But honestly, the internet is just not there yet.
No.
And it blows my mind. It really, truly, literally blows my mind that we don't have gigabit internet everywhere. Like, we should just have it, but we don't, and I don't understand that. This Stadia is ahead of its time. OnLive was ahead of its time.
The internet needs to be priced better for everybody. Like, come on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at Matt. His internet still sucks, and he's paying all this money.
No, it's actually pretty good.
It's
decent. It's better than yours sometimes.
It's decent. Oh man. Well, hey, let us know in the comment section below what you think. Do you think that Stadia is here to stay? Well, it's not even here yet. It hasn't launched yet. Launches later this year.
Is it here to Stadia?
It's such a terrible.
Boom. There's your title. Here to Stadia. But so like, do you think that it's here? Do you think it's going to be well? Are you in an area where this is going to suck for you, or do you think it's going to work well? What kind of games are you looking forward to playing?
Odyssey.
And I don't know. I mean, it's really cool if we do, like Love Thy Nerd does a video on a game, we put it on YouTube, and then they have the button right there. That's so cool.
That is
I like that. I like
That is
that.
exciting.
Smash that play button. Smash that play button.
Yep.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Ryan, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man, and
Thanks,
talking to us
Ryan.
about Stadia.
Thanks for having me
Yeah.
on, guys. This was
Yeah.
awesome. I was super nervous before we started, but
You should
Yeah,
have been,
us too, but I think it worked out.
but we got it figured out, and I'm glad you guys had me on. This was a lot of fun.
So, Google Stadia, we just don't know what it's going to be like. We have a lot of speculation, right, on what it could be.
Yeah. I have a lot
what
of
it could-
negativity.
You were not super happy about any of that. That's
Sorry
for
for
sure.
I don't like change.
I still don't understand it.
I don't like change.
Give it a
Oh.
little bit here. Let's see what happens.
And also, get off my
Yeah, we're
lawn.
not.
I don't want to hurt my kneecap.
Well, like we said, we want to know. We want to know what you guys think about Stadia. Do you think it's worth anything? So, like I mentioned before, go ahead and let us know in the comment section below. Hey, guys, if you are on the internet anywhere where we're on the internet, please be sure to follow us. We want to see you and hear from you on Insta. We want to on Twitter, on Facebook. Let us know by rating our show on Apple Podcast or on really anywhere else that you listen. We want to know, and please do us a favor, share this content. When we do streams on Friday nights, share the content. When we do Beard Bros, share the content. If we write bomb articles, which like every single
There's a
one
good
of them
one
are,
up today.
prove it. What is it?
Okay, here it is. It's called Games Are Good, The Power of Play by Stephanie Campoverde.
Ooh-wee.
It's a really good article about how, she wasn't a fan of games, and John Campo obviously is a fan of games, and just how the evolution of how she learned that games are valuable and how play is necessary and play is important and games are important. So I really
man.
liked it. Go read it if you haven't.
Yes, do so.
And that is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many more articles on there that are great, wonderful, and fantastic. Drew and crew do a great job over there on lovethynerd.com. So wherever you consume our stuff, just share it. If any of it rings true with you, there's another person in your life that needs to hear that information too. So do us a favor, do them a favor, and do your relationship with that person a favor and share that content. We're going to leave it up to you to decide what that is. It's the Free Play Podcast. But that's going to do it for episode 46 of the Free Play Podcast. Be sure to check us out on all those places that I mentioned: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, and really anywhere else that podcasts are found. If you can't find us there, please let me know, and I will do my best to get us on that platform. If you're not already a part of our Love Thy Nerd Facebook group, just do it. So many GIFs, so many memes.
Do it.
You're welcome.
Everything, yeah. So you get to watch all of the horses that Matt murders. You get to see everything is great. It's all right there in one spot. You don't have to go troll the internet, guys. It's one location. So go and join that. All you got to do is go to facebook.com and just search for Love Thy Nerd Community. And we've got one question for you to answer when you're getting in. It could not be any easier. It is, what's up, nerd? And I can't tell you how many people I've had to ban because they didn't answer that correct. They didn't answer it correctly or answer it at all. Like, it's simple.
Or,
You answer the
answer
one.
it all, yeah.
Just one question. It's really simple. That's just to make sure you're not a robot, which that's how I catch the robots. So
How to catch them all.
you're right. 100s. So go ahead and join that. Also, like I mentioned, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Love Thy Nerd. Also, be sure to follow the Free Play Podcast. What? In the Twitterverse at Free Play Podcast. Also,
That's too many
Beard
alsos.
Bros. Don't forget about the Beard Bros on
Bread
Friday.
Bros.
Right. Bread Bros, bro.
Yep. We are at Beard Bros LTN on
There you
Twitter.
go.
And you can also watch the live stream, insert name here, live stream, where Matt and Aaron stream the game that we just talked about on Beard Bros the previous day. They do it Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Did I get it right? 9
Yeah.
p.m.-ish Eastern, kid dependent. And we would love to have you. Guys, those are great times. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. They make you have fun. They introduce you to a new game. You get to see it played, not just talked about like we do on Beard Bros. And you get a chance to win a copy of the game.
It's
so
super easy to win, too.
Yeah, all you have to do is just follow the instructions, which you would think were easy, but sometimes are not as easy. Apparently, I don't know. Like people have a hard time following.
Right.
It's one button. But anyway, you're a smart person. You know how to do this. Just go and watch it. And honestly, you can go back and watch it at any time. They are archived on to Facebook. We do it right there on our Love Thy Nerd Facebook page. And we'd love to hang out with you. Just come on. Come and hang out with us.
Just do it.
Just do it. Well, guys, once again, I'm Bubba Stallcup.
I'm Matt Warmbier.
I'm Kate Katawaki.
And for our cut man, Jonathan Clausen, we'll catch you next week. And remember, Jesus loves you, nerd.
You have been listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Be sure to rate and review the show and share on all the social media.
Welcome to the Free Play Podcast. Welcome.